Hello students, good evening. Today we shall discuss about the next part that we have already discussed, but in the syllabus it is already written. So the next part is role of agriculture in rural development. Now this particular topic we shall discuss today, role of agriculture in rural development. Now remember, when we talk of rural development, when we talk of the role of agriculture, we only talk of the economic aspect. We mostly don't talk of the social aspect or the religious or cultural aspect. We simply focus on the economic aspect or economic role of agriculture on rural development. Okay, so as you all know that 70% of the population of the country live in rural areas. So in the government budget, the central focus is rural development. Okay, so rural development gets maximum attention of the government in its budget and in its policies. Now the major chunk of rural development come to agriculture. So agriculture is the key factor which affects rural development. Okay, so let's discuss how agriculture affects rural development in the country. Now, as you know, nearly 90% of the people living in rural areas are engaged in agriculture. So, it is obvious that agriculture has a very tremendous role in the development of rural sector, rural areas. So, what are its role? Let's discuss one by one. You see, I have written role of agriculture in rural development. First is livelihood. Now, this is the only sector which provides livelihood to almost every household of the rural sector. Any person living in rural areas, doing whatever business he wants, but he is directly or indirectly related to agriculture. Whether he directly goes for farming or he indirectly he is related to that, it doesn't matter. But every household in the country living in rural areas, their livelihood depend upon agriculture. So agriculture provides maximum livelihood to the people of the rural areas. Okay, he may be a rich man, he may be a poor man, it doesn't matter. The total livelihood of the rural sector depend upon agriculture. So it provides livelihood to a major chunk, nearly 2/3 of the population of the country. Okay. Second is employment. So employment generated in agricultural sector is the maximum in the country. Or if you make a statistics as to which sector provides maximum employment to the people, then it is obviously its agricultural sector. Because agricultural sector has such a wide, vast scope, it can engulf large quantity of people for employment. Okay. Of course, we find disguised unemployment, seasonal unemployments in those sectors, but still, this is the sector which provides maximum employment of the country to the people. That is nearly 55% of the population of the country is employed in the agricultural sector. So, their income, their earnings, their per capita income, everything depend upon the improvement of agriculture. Therefore, it provides employment to majority section of the people of the country. Other two sectors, secondary sector, tertiary sector, jointly provides employment to 45% of the people, but only agricultural sector provides nearly 55% of the population of the country. So therefore, you can say agriculture is the sector which provides employment to more than 50% or 55% of the population of the country. Okay. Now, here employment does not mean only farming. In subsequent points, I shall discuss that here employment also includes something else. So, employment directly or indirectly is generated by this sector is more than 55%. Right? Number 3, this also infrastructure. Now, rural development is based on agricultural growth. So when agriculture comes to picture, here infrastructure comes first. Unless and until we have a very viable economic infrastructure, we cannot have better agriculture. And for agricultural upgradation, we need a number of infrastructures like better communication, better connectivity. Connectivity means roads, bridge, your railways, all these are connectivity. So better communication, better connectivity, better power sector, that is the sector should be electrified. Okay, better electrification, then develop financial system, that is banks, financial intermediaries, or you can say NBFCs, or you can say non-banking financial, all comes under the finance sector. So the developed finance sector is necessary. So power sector, finance sector, then next comes irrigation sector. There are minor irrigation projects, there are irrigation by canals, there are irrigation by pump sets. So there are different types of infrastructures. These are developed in the rural areas as a result of agriculture, for which agriculture brings or invites or requires the development of such infrastructures, for which there is rural development. Okay, electrification hobo, development hoboni, banks नुआ क्रिएट हम डेवलपमेंट हेनी, इरिगेशन हम माइनर इरिगेशन हो, एग्रीकल्चर आई मीन केनाल इरिगेशन हो, डेवलपमेंट हेनी, रेलवे टच कर डेवलपमेंट हेनी, बेटर कनेक्टिविटी रोड्स तैयारी हम डेवलपमेंट हेनी. So these all these infrastructures, they are made because of agriculture, and all these infrastructures when they are created, it generates immense number of employment opportunities, and this only comes from agriculture sector. है एग्रीकल्चर नथिले ये सब इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर होंतानी नहेले ये सब एम्प्लॉयमेंट भी आसंतानी. सो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर भीतर आ गोटे आम कहि परिबा एग्रीकल्चरल स्टोरेज, that is the building of new cold storages, new godowns, new warehouses, new mandis where these things will be preserved. So therefore ये सब जिनस है आमर एम्प्लॉयमेंट भी बढ़, एग्रीकल्चरल डेवलपमेंट भी बढ़, as well as rural development as a whole will also increase. Right. Next is non-farm allied activities. Now agricultural sector does not only mean farming in the field or farming in the farms. चाष खाली बुझाए एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर भितर आसुची, प्राइमरी सेक्टर भितर आसुची फार्म एंड नॉन फार्म अलाइड एक्टिविटीज. नॉन फार्म अलाइड एक्टिविटी माने जो गुड़ाक फार्म डायरेक्टली होनी किंतु अलाइड एक्टिविटी भितर आसुची. फॉर एग्जांपल यू कैन टेक द एग्जांपल ऑफ फिशिंग, फिशरीज. आम देखीचु जे केते डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ फिशिंग आजिकल होची. पॉन्ड फिशिंग होची, बायोफ्लक्स फिशिंग होची, छोटो एरिया गोटे रूम जति बड़ साइज सेति बड़ साइज गोटे टांकी करके ता भितर माछ चाष होची. सो बायोफ्लक्स फार्मिंग, पॉन्ड फार्मिंग, यू कैन से रिवर रे भी सब घेरी बसई कर, सी समुद्र कूल घेरी बसा हो. सो देयर आर डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ फार्मिंग, फिशरिंग फार्मिंग which are made in the rural areas. Similarly, dairy farming गोटे allied activity जाउछि जो क्षीर चाष अर्थात गोपालन होउछि, सेथिरे मध्य इनकम जनरेट होउछि, से माने लाभवान होउछि. तेणु फिशिंग, डायरी फार्मिंग, पोल्ट्री फार्मिंग, कुकुड़ा चाष, पोल्ट्री फार्मिंग, प्लांटेशंस, हॉर्टिकल्चर्स, फ्लोरिकल्चर्स, एमती अनेक अलाइड एक्टिविटीज अच्छी जो गुड़ाक एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर आसूची. सो देयर पीपल आर नॉट डायरेक्टली डूइंग एनी फार्म बट दे आर एंगेज्ड इन नॉन फार्म अलाइड एक्टिविटीज व्हिच डेवलप्स द रूरल सेक्टर. ओके, नेक्स्ट इज एनवायरमेंट प्रोटेक्शन. नाउ इन एग्रीकल्चरल सेक्टर इन रूरल एरियाज there is no problem of environmental pollution. The environment is very clean, is very green, because there is lack of industries. So in agricultural rural areas, when agriculture is the primary source of earning profession, so there is lack of industries. So as a result of which agriculture protects the environment. Okay, it may be farming, it may be plantations, it may be floriculture, it may be horticulture. So all these activities protect the environment because the atmosphere, the biosphere, the hydrosphere, everything remains clean in rural areas. So it's also a development. It has also economic impact. Okay. So therefore, environmental protection also is done by the rural sector agriculture. Now support services. When you talk of the support services, now agriculture is always supported by a number of services. These support services also increase with increase in agriculture, and it also increases the rural development. What is support service? Support service, as I have told you, this infrastructure. Support service here comes banking. Support service comes sorry. Support service comes as banking. Support service comes as warehouses, cold storages, godowns, and support services comes from different technologies that we have from others. Take the example of tractors or harvesting machines that we have from other sources. That's a support service. Okay, or as you can say, the subsidies that government provides to the farmers, it's also support service. So all these support services, because they are provided, therefore they also increase. And their support services, let's say we will cultivate a farm, so we need a driver to drive the tractor. Now the driver gets income because of farming. Then a mechanic is necessary to repair the tractor, therefore the mechanic will get income because of agriculture. So because of the support services also, we can see that agricultural sector rural development takes place. Next is ancillary industries. Now, agriculture in rural areas very often gives rise to a number of ancillary industries, ancillary sector in the rural areas. But these ancillary industries, they are mostly labor intensive. Very less capital is used, and these industries' growth totally is based on this agricultural growth. And these industries, they are labor intensive, so they absorb more labor, they give employment to more labor, and they consume less power, and therefore they totally depend upon the agricultural output as their input, and there the rural development takes place. Take the example of a jute industry. Take the example of suppose in Kerala we have number of coconut trees. There you go to rural areas, we find a number of industries, household industries, they are built there, cottage industries made there, which provides carpets, small carpets, big carpets, every type of carpet they are found there, which will be made out of the coconut trees, coconut leaves. नड़िया छड़ला पर जो कत्ता बाहर से कतर सेवन करती, पापोस करती, different type of carpets तैयारी करती, and they have tremendous marketing facility, and they are also getting good amount of income, and these come from the agricultural sector. So allied activity ଭିତରେ କ'ଣ ଆସିବ? We can say those agro-based industries which are small and cottage industries, they depend upon agricultural output as their input, and they provide more employment to the people, and it also increases their per capita income. So the village becomes self-dependent, and those products output, they are sold in the market. Even the people of Kerala, they also make coconut oil from the coconut, and they sell it in the market. Therefore they are totally employed in these villages. In their villages, people have household industries, cottage industries, where they produce these things. Even in our villages we find there are some jam industries, there are some sauce industries, small industries, they are producing sauce, tomato sauce, chili sauce, soya sauce. So all also are established in such areas, which gives rise to rural development. Now, modern farming and training and research. I shall blend these two into one. Now, rural development is boosted if agriculture is boosted. So, agriculture needs to be upgraded, to be mechanized. So, for that, the farmers need training, the farmers need more efficiency, more knowledge, and that knowledge and efficiency they get from the training that they are given by the experts from different agricultural universities, different you can say rice research institutes we have find in Cuttack. So the scientists from there, they regularly visit the places and they give them training about how to use new method of cultivation, new method of farming, what are the new implements they can adopt, new types of seeds they can use, for which their production will be more and their income, their profit will be more. Therefore, because of this training, because of this research, because of this modern farming, there is more rural development in those areas. We find different agricultural officers are also appointed by the government in different blocks, in different panchayats, and it is their duty to go and train the rural villagers how to go for modern farming. If at all there is any problem in their farming, these people, they try to solve all problems, for which the agriculture improves, increases, and they also train them how to go for multiple cropping and how to go for at least 2 or 3 crops annually, so that their standard of living can increase. Now, exportable surplus. Next one, because of agricultural sector, India is a major exporter of primary products, agricultural products, fruits, nuts. Nuts means all types of nuts. So fruits, nuts, then coffee, then tea, then rubber, then basmati rice, and every sugar. So we have tremendous export of these goods to the world market today. So in rural areas, when farmer can produce their products in an upgraded manner, they can produce marketable surplus. And with this marketable surplus, we can have better exports, more exports, that will increase our foreign earnings. Not only foreign earnings directly, but indirectly their income will rise and rural development can be boosted up. Lastly, rural development not only depend upon all these things, it also depend upon the rural heritage, rural way, rural traditions, customs. So farming is the traditional sector of the country. I should say every country in the initial stage of development, because the farming sector which was made, and then farming sector gave rise to other sectors. Therefore, farming sector is the most traditional sector. It is the initial sector, it is the first sector. Therefore, when this farming sector, it keeps our tradition, heritage intact. गाँव चाषी से जो हेरिटेज रे अच्छी, से जो ट्रेडिशन, जो कस्टम से अच्छी, से मॉडर्न एक्सेप्ट कले भी से ट्रेडिशन कस्टम से बंचे रखी, which is the originality of Indian culture, Indian tradition. ओके, से भागवत टुंगी अच्छी, से फागवा मानकर जो मोड ऑफ एंटरटेनमेंट से अच्छी. Therefore, it increases a social harmony. A social harmony. समाज भितर गोटे एकता बंध होकर रही, समाज भितर समस्त एक रही, गाँ गोटे रही, और जहाँफल भर यूनिटी अच्छी, भर हार्मोनी अच्छी, एंड दैट इंक्रीजेस द रूरल डेवलपमेंट. बिकज जदि तुम भर यूनिट न डेवलपमेंट केवे भी आसबनी. तो गाँ भर बिकज देयर इज ए हेरिटेज, देयर इज ए कल्चर व्हिच एवरीबॉडी ओबेज, एवरीबॉडी रेस्पेक्ट्स. Therefore, that heritage makes us united, and that brings the rural development in villages. Okay. So this is all about this question. This question was about role of agriculture in rural development, that you read from your book, or you can make notes. I have given you the points. You can write one paragraph in each point. Okay, thank you very much. Wait for my next video tomorrow. Thank you very much. Have a nice time.